voice, but I can't. I'm no good at that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch of them. Because you got like the Lemmy Kilmeister. Oh, let's rock.
Yeah.
Get down. Remember when back in the old days when people listened to the radio, there was a radio station that played classic oldies, and it was a time when all the radio stations were becoming consolidated.
Okay.
Clear Channel, that was the company that was like buying up all the radio stations. They had like a huge swath. I think it was Clear Channel. Anyway, so they have all these commercials fell out so they could buy and pay for like, celebrities to make one commercial. It would cover all their stations.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So they had one where they just got a bunch of different rock and roll guys to, hey, thanks for listening, going through. And a lot of them like real cool. And it got to a couple of them. I was like, where did you record them at? Were they like, they were not in the right mind when you recorded this, buddy. I'm just going to tell you that.
Sounds about right. I think my favorite one of those, like, hey, we're going to get somebody famous to record a stinger for us, is a local radio station many years ago got the lady that voices Ash Ketchum in the Pokemon. This is... Come on, of all the people. Also, hello, Fake.
I'm glad you're here. Glad you are here. I'm talking about stuff. So apparently Kanye's on Cameo.
Slow down, Will.
He's like one of the lower priced ones
of
to
course
get
he is.
Or maybe he was having a sale or something.
Oh man, there is a gold mine there, but I don't know if I want to touch it. It's cursed gold.
Hurry
I'm
up,
just passing
Lundgren.
along the information.
I appreciate it. Oh, okay. I've sent all of the notifications out. We're live on all platforms.
Oh.
We also now do YouTube posts to let you know that we're live. So,
hey, Will, what? No, it wasn't Will here. You lied to me. Yes, you did.
Will is here.
Will is here, and he put up. Hurry up, Ranga. My chat is weird.
Is it acting up on you?
No, there it is. It all caught up. There we go. I don't know. I think it's somewhere between. That might be on my end. I have no idea. But I got to don't slow down. See, I don't have that.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't hear those.
Yeah, well, I don't have it at all. I see.
Right.
Anyway, it's all right. Glad you're here. Glad you're here.
We got to figure. I think there's a way I can do that won't mess up the
Slow
whole
down,
overlay.
Will.
But the other option is I could send you the activity feed. Pull that up. If you wanted it.
I don't know. I got stuff here. I want to keep
Hurry
stuff going.
up, Rundgren.
Stuff off the internet as much as possible.
Yeah, I understand.
That's twice.
I've also tweaked.
There he is. Okay.
The desktop audio a little bit with the Discord audio a little bit, so Rundgren should now be nice and crisp and loud. There were some complaints before of him not being loud enough, so hopefully that fixes that.
Oh, okay.
It also means some of the sound alerts might have to be changed immediately. There will be some that might be way too loud.
Oh, okay, well.
But the only way to
we shall find out.
Yeah.
We shall find out.
Yeah. So, I do have a pre-show topic for you tonight.
Oh, okay.
And also, just real quick, I've realized that in my rush to prepare today, I forgot to go to the bathroom before the start of the stream. So that's going to make for a fun 2 hours.
All right.
But, pre-show topic for you. This is an article that was put out by Eurogamer. I can't leave now. I guess technically I could leave now, but
yeah,
it is the pre-show. Would you mind?
Yeah, no, we can talk about you while you're going.
Let me give you the pre-show topic in case you want to talk about it.
Okay.
You don't have to.
Okay.
Eurogamer put out an article that was just, why do so many modern games have tiny text?
This is kind of like Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Go ahead. Go. There you go. Okay. So this sounds like the whole why are modern movies so dark now? And I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. Maybe because the pixels are little, they're still using the same font text. Is it because they're not made for any eyes over the age of 18? They're supposed to be playing games. Why? I don't know. This is a kind of a deep philosophical question. And we must ask ourselves. I don't know. I just heard something. What's going on? I don't know. Buy bigger screens. Or maybe because you can, like, in a lot of ways, you can pick the size of the font in some games. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
To me, I
Go
think
ahead.
the real problem is in games that don't allow you to customize the font at all.
Yeah.
Because it depends on really what they've used when making the game as to what scale everything's going to be.
Yeah.
The games they used as an example are Chia, Elden Ring, and Psychonauts 2. I don't think the Elden Ring UI is really that bad. I keep seeing people talk about it like it's terrible. It seems fine to me.
Yeah, okay.
You can resize everything, so like what?
Yeah. Of course, I have a 104-inch TV.
Yeah, right.
I don't have this problem.
I want to clarify, I'm not saying that Eurogamer was wrong to put out that article or anything. I just thought it was really interesting to see.
Yeah, I was gonna put it in my house, but I had to rent a billboard
Yeah.
to
Why is it so hard
set
to
it
see
up.
the text in this game?
I don't know. I said because I saw a thing. Yeah, I should have watched it. But it was asking the question, why are so many modern movies so dark? Like the not the actual picture quality
Right.
of it, not the thing. And the other one was or why they're so quiet.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I don't know.
I think the biggest problem that modern movies have is
pretty
audio
big TV.
mixing.
Possibly, yeah. I am not very good at mixing. I have proof because on my channel I have songs. So
I think your mix is pretty good most of the time.
what's going on? What's going on, Roxanne?
Well, speaking of mixes, you ready to mix it up and start the show?
Maybe.
That was terrible,
Yes.
but I'm not ashamed of it.
Yes. Well, sometimes the segues drive you off the Grand Canyon. Go ahead.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Full Spectrum Podcast. My name is Trey.
I am Rungren.
We got some stuff to talk about tonight. I have a really exciting week to talk about.
I came to laugh at you.
There's the I came to laugh at you. Thank you, show. But before we get into weeks,
Yeah. Yes.
start things off normally with a pop quiz.
Yeah, I got a pop quiz for you. I do. I got some questions about some characters.
Ooh.
Now when I do this, it's hard for me not to get spoilers. The good news is I will probably forget them by the time we get there. So I don't think I've ruined anything too much.
Right.
But I wanted to get, this kind of goes across the Gundam spectrum.
Watch out, bearded man.
Now, here are 10 Gundam heroes who are technically the bad guys. I got some questions about them.
Okay.
And see what you have to say and see what you know.
Okay. Chat, I cannot see you starting now.
Okay. So,
I
that's
just
a
got
good
a
time
you
to
shall
talk
not
about
pass for the quiz.
it. Right. Oh, excellent. You shall not pass. That's rough.
Thanks, Gandalf. Thought you believed in me. You told me in Lotro you believed in me.
Hey, look, I've heard better pep talks. That's all I'm saying.
Gandalf also told me to burn the book that taught me how to use a sword. So I mean,
All right. So, the first question here. Maybe not 100% bad guys, but maybe the way they're set up. I want the title to be misleading. This is about characters.
okay.
Because that's what Gundam's all about.
Hit me with the first one. Gear and Zabi. Not technically the bad guy, right?
No. First, I got a question about Flit Asuno.
Okay, Flit Osno. I love him.
Yeah. He's
I am a
Flit
Gundam.
Asuno. What tragic event precedes his event? What happened?
The death of a girl he liked. Her name was Yurin.
Yes, he loved her, Trey.
Mm-hmm.
He loved her. Gosh.
Her name is unfortunately far too close to urine, and so there were a lot of memes at the time.
I bet there were. That explains his hair color, though. Now I got to throw this one in. I'm gonna give you a check mark for this one. We got easy questions tonight. Here we go. Right? Let's see. Where was the? Here's an easy one.
Emotional damage.
You know that Char started out as a villain. The Red Comet who tore apart Amuro's life proved the primary threat to Amuro's life. Right? But I have this is like causing flashbacks to Char's arc, which I've actually watched and seen what they did to him.
Yeah.
Look what they've done to my
Blame
boy.
this on the misfortune of your birth.
Anyway, after all that build up,
Yep, I agree.
how long did I have Will yelling? I'm sorry. I'm going off. All right. But he came around to work with the heroes as
Quattro Bagina.
There you go.
Of the Ayug.
Yeah, I knew you had no problem with that.
Yeah.
No problem with that. Setsuna F. Sayai?
Hey, Setsuna F.
Sayai. Sayai began life fighting as a child soldier for...
okay. His name. I can see his face. His name is Alial Sanchez.
Hey, Will. Oh, do you want to say it again?
Alial Sanchez.
That's it. Alial Sanchez. Very good. All right.
Love Alial Sanchez. He's great. He is 100%, though, not a good guy. He is 100% a bad guy.
Yes. I.O. Fleming.
Okay, yeah.
Is the protagonist of
Gundam Thunderbolt.
All right, you're acing this one. Good job.
I do love me some bad boys.
Yeah. Okay. The oh, sure, click the right thing. Here you go.
Blame this on the misfortune of your birth.
Tetsuya Yuki.
Okay.
He was is a good guy pretty much throughout Gundam Build Fighters.
Yeah.
Ever got that? I think he's a good guy all along, if I kind of understand it right, but some haven't. Anyway, but he held the title of something. What was the title?
He was the number one builder, number one Gunpla builder, and I'm trying to remember what the title was called. I might get this one wrong, but he did take a pretty dark turn when it looked like somebody was going to snatch it away from him.
Yeah.
I want to say it was Plamo Ace.
No.
Oh, what is it?
I'll give you a shot. I'll give you a hint. Start with M.
Master Builder?
EIJ.
Oh, okay.
I
Sloppy.
Meijin Kawaguchi. Yeah. Yeah,
right,
Meijin
so
Kawaguchi.
That's one you don't get.
Yeah.
There you go.
I love that character too, but the problem is there's two Yukis in the Build Fighter universe.
Oh,
and
okay.
so I thought you were talking about The Yuki from Try.
I need no excuses. You got it wrong.
You're right.
You're
I
a
love
failure.
Tatsuya Yuki. Great. He pilots the Zaku Amazing.
Okay.
Eijin Kawaguchi, indeed.
Yes.
I'm such a
Chang Wu Fei.
okay.
This is no Zaku, boy. No
No
Zaku.
Zaku. Thank you, Rambo.
um. He spent most of the series trying to what?
Trying to avenge his wife.
Man, very good, very good. Trying to make up for having lost his wife, but I'll give it to you. Yes. Do you? All right, here we go. Yes. Bernie.
Okay.
Bernard Wiseman.
Yeah.
Okay, let me check chat real quick.
Or as some might say, hamburger.
All right.
Left in here but a hamburger.
Bernie, recruited early on by the Xeon. Found himself signed to try and destroy the Gundam Alex in the space colony of...
Oh. Was it side 4?
I'll give you a chance. It doesn't go by a side.
Oh, right. Yes. Brain keeps wanting to say Londinian, and I don't think that's right, but that's what I'm gonna go with.
Libot.
Ah, I was so close.
You had the L.
Yeah.
All right. We're getting close to the end.
Okay.
Right now, you are passing. Right now, you got a strong chance to prove Gandalf wrong.
I will still never forgive myself for missing the Tatsuya.
All right. Once again, Gundam fans, please forgive my name saying, because I'll probably get it wrong, and I will be corrected, so it'll be cool. Is it Aina Sahalin?
Yeah, Aina Sahalin.
Okay, Sahalin, yeah. Which is that. Now, she's a test pilot.
Yeah.
And she's a test pilot for the...
Okay, so my problem right now is there's two Ainas. There's Aina Sahalin and Aina Suragan. And
well, that's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about Aina Sahalin.
I'm trying to remember which one's which. I think Sahalin is from 08 MS Team.
So she's a test pilot for...
I'm trying to remember the name of the bubble armor. I fought it so many times in SD Gundam Battle Assault. It's the... I can see it in my head. Got a little core in the middle and it beams at the side.
I just said so. I just need to know what it's called, Trey.
It's the Thompson? That's not it. That's not it.
No, it's not that at all. I don't know. No, it's A P.
The Absolus. Sorry. Yeah.
No. Too many hints. You gotta get that. Okay,
that one's not a pass. That one's not a success.
Yeah, no. Okay. Here we go. All right. So, despite the name, I think that this guy is not in any way a hero, but he's on there, right? Hiro Yui.
Hiro Yui, yeah.
Yui, yeah. God, dog it. Okay, hold on, wait, make sure I get this question right. Oh, yes. He is a reason and somebody can declare the war on the colonies in the first place.
Yeah, he assassinated the president.
Yes, but who is actually set up by the people who want to go to war?
Yeah,
is
from the
not?
colonies. Yeah.
Who's that?
Oh, what do they call themselves in? Because Oz is the Earth Federation in that. It's...
With the information I have... All right, well...
White Fang is... Well, the White Fang is... it's Operation Meteor, right? It's the scientists. It's Professor J and G E N and T.
What? You've lost. I don't know. No.
It's the colonies. They did it.
Even though it's a setup by the leader of Oz.
Yeah.
Is technically the reason Oz can declare war on the colonies in the first place.
Yeah, it's all Trey's.
All right. I thought
That's right.
I had to double check this one, so I'm pretty sure I'm right on this one here. This is your last question.
Okay.
All right. Build divers.
Oh boy, this is the one I haven't seen all the way through. Okay.
So, apparently they're it's a cute group, but they're not. Their best friend is a glitch in the system of the what program?
I've only seen 3 episodes of the GBN.
The best friend is a glitch in the system of the divers program, to build divers.
Right. But GBN is
part of
it's the the thing that divers is a part of.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay. So it's divers is a part the program.
Yeah.
Is part of that. So it's a glitch in the total system. But you know what? I'll give that to you.
Chat gave me a good job after that one. Good job. All right, let me see how much chat's been getting on to.
You've got you made a 60. Gandalf was right.
That's fine.
All right.
Hero is pretty. Can't believe it. I thought, why is the other guy? Why is he also Yuki? I gotta look up his name right now.
Don't know. I count on you to be the Gundam expert.
Oh, it's
and you know what?
Yuma!
Based on these scores.
Oh, so his name is Kosaki Yuma, but they call him U. So he signs UK. Ah!
Gotcha. Yeah.
I don't like that character either, so now I hate him even more.
Well, look. The point being is that's not the character I was talking about.
No, you're right. You're right. Welcome back, Will.
Yes.
Disappointed!
I deserve that disappointed. I really do. At least we get to have a good time, and that's what.
Yeah, you learn something if you don't get it right, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I know it's Meijin Kawaguchi. The worst part is I'm gonna get there are, and I love that people do this, but there are people that watch the podcast later, the VOD, and then send me memes on Twitter about things I missed when we talk about Gundam.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna get memes of just Meijin Kawaguchi now.
That's awesome.
So yeah. Speaking of Gundam, we want to get into Victory, or we want to just move on to it later?
Let's okay. I don't have
not much to say, really.
Yeah, not much to say. We didn't get to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get to watch it Monday.
We've only seen 10 episodes so far.
Yeah. So I want to wait. We'll try to catch up and we'll get the next. Is it 5 we're watching?
Mm-hmm.
No, we're finishing it up. Thursday, right?
It's 50 episodes, so we're only.
What am I thinking?
You were thinking Stardust Memory was only 15. So.
Okay.
13.
Okay. I think it was one of those. Okay, no, we got a ways to go.
Yeah.
We need to watch it again. And get that
I like
through.
the suits.
I don't know. I will say it's not great so far, but it's really not bad.
Right.
It was some of the stuff you've put me through.
Yeah, so far it's just kind of like, yeah, okay, this is fine.
Yeah. But like I said, it's 50 episodes, so we gotta. I don't know.
It's got time to fall apart.
Yes.
I know, Will. I know. I was thinking of you, Ma. I love Major Kawaguchi. Anyway, let's move on to weeks. Get further and further away from this mistake that I made. How's your week been, sir?
It was pretty good. I watched some movies. I made notes so I wouldn't forget what movies I watched.
All right.
Watched a Liam Neeson flick. That was A Walk Among the Tombstones was the title. A Walk Among the Tombstones. It was pretty good. It was an okay movie, but it's pretty much like, yeah, this is a Liam Neeson movie, right?
Yeah.
It's different than Taken. It's not Taken exactly, but it's still that. So it was okay. If you want to, sit back and watch somebody, beat people up, that's cool. Yeah. Well, I got a couple of those.
Right.
So I got a couple of it. Yeah, because the other one I got on here is a movie called Kate.
Okay.
And it's about it's got Woody Harrelson in it. I forget the lady's name, and it's my shame. But she plays an assassin, pulling off jobs, and she gets poisoned, and she's got 24 hours to get revenge for being poisoned.
Okay.
And it's a little bit of a spoiler in the movie, but it won't mess up the movie because I've already said she gets poisoned, which is in the blurb, by the way. I just described how they described the movie. It was pretty close, pretty good and accurate.
Right.
But she gets, she doesn't get like a toxin or anything. She gets they get her to swallow, unknowingly, she swallows plutonium, or radiation. So she's got, So all her cells are her cells are dying, and they're not reproducing. So her organs are going to fail. It's going to be a horrible way to die.
Right.
Do that, and she's got to figure out how to go through it. And it's very, I don't know. Any other poison, at the end of it, you can go, okay, maybe they have an antidote.
Yeah, here's a cure.
Yeah, but there's nothing. No, there's nothing you can do.
No.
They make you comfortable is all they can do if that's what happens. So it was pretty good. And then I watched really weird. It was to watch it's a French movie, and it's called Big Bug.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about that. I can't talk about that one. Yeah. The doc, and she's talking about the documentary, and do that. But Big Bug was very it was cool. It was kind of a real shallow. It was kind of a what are you changing Trey's name to?
It's Meijin Kawaguchi.
Sorry. What's that? But it's kind of like a artificial warning threat.
Okay.
And it kind of gives a couple of sides to it, and it's very stylistic in its approach. Not Yuma.
Okay. All right.
Huh? We got it? Not Yuma. Okay. I understand. What's that? But that's Big Bug was Kate was cool. Walking on the Tombstone was pretty much, hey, it's a cool movie.
Yeah.
Kate was very interesting. I liked it. Liked the way it played out. Up there. Big Bug is very strange. I would recommend if you can find a way to watch it, give it a watch.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really weird. And it's really weird. Do that. But that's of course we did MMA Monday, we played some Lotro.
Yes. Got my women.
Yeah, we got our legendary, so we started that. So that starts us with another set of something else to level, and something else you get to build, which is the whole legendary. Look, I love Lotro. Okay, they changed legendary weapons. So used to, you would have to you have to have it crafted.
Right.
Either you built it or not. And I decided I'm going to build mine.
Right.
and then go through all of them, going through all kinds of stuff. And it was a lot because there was stuff that would drop only in raids.
Of course.
That, you know, you had to give. That were crafting material. They're going to give through that. And, of course, I didn't have enough people to raid with.
Right.
So they have a lot of other ways to get them. And that takes a lot of skirmishes.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So all this stuff, and now they just pretty much give you, they just give you
I'm not
your
complaining.
weapons. Build it how you want to. No, it's a pretty cool system, especially when you start customizing it.
Yeah.
And everything. Yeah, there'll be a lot. You'll have a list added to it. I should have brought up my bow so you can see the full list when I had it on, when I had Rungren on. But it was now it's a lot easier to get your. Well, see, there were also you had third age ancient weapons, second age ancient weapons that were even better than third age, and you had the first age ancient
good
legendary
stuff.
weapons, and that's what you kind of build and refix together. So you have to have stuff to do that. But no, they just give it to you now. It doesn't matter. You make your own. But when I went and got my new legendaries, for trading out, it did smack a lot harder when I did it. I was like, okay. But I still carry them.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
It makes me excited to get to that point with other characters, and I'm curious if, because we could skip all the stuff with like following the fellowship, if I could theoretically take a character that's around that level that has not done any story stuff and just go pick up that set of quests and
if you get when you get level, as long as your level require, I think level 50.
Yeah.
When you get to level 50, whether you've done it through, whatever.
Right.
Just follow somebody around and got power leveled up. If you took a stone or whatever, at level 50, you can go to that guy and it'll start the quest to get the Corbane and stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
Just
now I kind of want to see all the other legendary weapons. I want to see those. Sound cool. I want my spear for my warden, and I guess a Bjorning would probably get like an axe, but I'd rather just get a new set of claws. That'd be really cool. Sit the bear paw down, rip the old claws out, put the new one.
But I think you can get the Bjorning gets pretty much any two-handed weapon.
Yeah.
And I forgot what else it gets. Every class has got two, so you have two slots. Like I think the champion has a sword and a belt or something like that.
Yeah.
Everyone has two. Like I said, I was saying with the Lore Master, you got your staff and you get a pouch.
Right.
And it goes through.
Sounds cool.
But it is. I have Rungren has a sword and a bow. But yeah, it's all good. But that kind of summed up my week. It wasn't too much. Watched stuff, played, the things I had to do. Went to work one day. And then so I guess I should ask, how's your week been, sir?
It's been pretty good. I haven't got to play too much. I played Lotro, as we talked about, and I've played some FF14. I was capturing a lot of footage for that for the video that came out Monday. They doubled the glamour slots for the glamour chest where you can redo all your glamour plates. So basically cosmetic stuff, right? Transmog.
Yeah.
It went from 400 stuff you can put in there to 800 stuff you can put in there. So I redid all my glamours. And that's pretty much all I've done, really. But I look cool now. It's the real end game, even though I have raids I haven't touched and Island Sanctuary. Yeah. But if you don't look good, then how are you going to find the motivation to do that stuff?
Right. Look good. Feel good. Yes, yeah, we appreciate it if you did. Glad you're here, Dark. Glad you're here.
And then
others. Wait, hold on, wait a minute. I'm stuck. I got a mind bug.
Yeah.
Look good, feel good.
Yeah.
That was an ad campaign for something. What was it?
I think it was L'Oreal, but let me double check.
I don't think either one of us has been accused of that. Just saying. All in all. Well, it might not have been exactly that. I thought it was exactly that. My brain hit a speed bump in the conversation when you said that, when it was talking about that. Yeah.
There's a lot of stickers that say it, so there must have been something at some point that made it happen.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I might have to like hunt down the Wayback Machine, try and follow it.
No. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I understand what you're doing there, but it was. I'm pretty sure it was like it was on TV. It was a TV commercial,
Right.
and I just don't know who it is. It might have been something like L'Oreal. I don't know.
I have been playing around a lot with Path Builder 2E for the mobile app.
Yes, you have.
There were multiple times yesterday when sent over the stream where Rugged would look over and I was just on my phone making characters.
Yeah.
I can't
do it now.
I can't help it. I love them. No, it's just it's a really fun website, and even if you don't ever get to play, I still think it's worth checking out just for the fun of like what the weird stuff you can do with it is. I made a lizard folk barbarian that one of his things is he can't use weapons when he's raging, but he's got razor sharp claws, so he can use his claws, and then he's got the bear animal path, and so his claws do more damage. I could do this.
Appreciate that, Doc.
Is this better?
Oh,
This makes you look like more of a baby, right?
Little Lord Fauntleroy. Let's go.
See, now this one doesn't look so bad, huh? That was the plan. But no, it's really fun. And then the big thing that I've done is I got a shipment in.
Yeah.
And introduce you to the Monster Hunter of the World board game miniatures.
That's not miniature.
This is Shaladora.
Well, that's pretty cool looking.
To give you like some references, a Tyranid.
That's a big dragon.
No, I made it bad on purpose. For instance, a Leo.
Okay.
Scale comparison. And that's just one of them. There's so many of them.
That's crazy.
Kickstarted this thing. Or like I joined the Kickstarter, I guess you say. I didn't kickstart it myself. Comments like that again. About 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And it has finally made it here. And
yeah, it's pretty cool dragons. I agree.
So excited.
Yeah. That's cool. You gonna paint those on stream?
Yes. So we're still gonna continue with the Eldari Corsairs because I need to make sure that these are the same type of miniature plastic. That means that my paints will work on them.
Yeah.
And I need to double check they're already primed, or if they're not primed, I don't think they're primed, but I got to be positive. I don't want to mess them up. But there's even little guys. Puke.
Okay. Those are pretty cool models.
Yeah, I love them. They gave me the Hunter models, and I'm not sure they're not resin.
I don't know.
Because they're green, and if they're resin, I have to paint them a very different way. Basically, I'm going to hunt down the FAQs and find out, or send an email and find out, because I don't want to mess them up, but I don't want them to stay gray plastic either.
Right.
I brought in gray plastic to be able to compare here on stream, so people can see. It looks to me like they're the same gray plastic.
Yeah. Yeah, but just make sure. They do.
They do look cool in gray, but
yeah, the sculpture's cool, but
I've played the games and I want them to look like the games.
Fine.
Another one here. That's Diablos.
He looks rude.
Originally, I was planning on taking some of them and use them as like some of the smaller ones and like kit bashing them to look like Tyranids. I'm not gonna do that now. They look way too cool to do that.
Yeah. Do you have a Mia Jovovich statue that you can?
I don't. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's the real Monster Hunter, right?
Yeah, right.
I like that. That's cool.
So I did a full unboxing of this today. Recorded the video. It's edited. I'm gonna upload it tonight after the podcast because I didn't want it to interrupt with the bandwidth.
Yeah.
Like it took like 30 minutes to undo all the boxes and pull it all out and show it off. So if people want a closer look, there is a 30-minute video coming out basically.
Cool.
Show off one more.
Look, there are certain things you can't stand between me and it, okay? If I get my chance to get a hands on one, I'm getting it.
I also sent some of the little guys from the game. So, like, that's a Poogie that you can dress up. And then the Palicos, the little cats.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. The lift from Final Fantasy.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the problems, Dark, with the green that they used, is that it's really hard to make out details. That's another reason why I kind of want to prime them and paint them. Because, like, this guy, he's got, even if the camera would focus, you can't really make out most of the detail work on him. Which I don't understand why they did that, but, you know.
I don't know. Maybe it's, it's a cheaper color of plastic to print in.
Could be. But it is also a game, a board game you can play. So I'm going to learn the rules for it and then...
Which helps with board games.
Right.
Sometimes.
And then record some matches of that, because I think that'd be really fun to be able to put up on the channel as well. But just one more time, I gotta show off how big this guy is!
Yeah.
He's so huge! Compare that to, like, Rathalos that's big, but...
Yeah.
He's nothing compared to Kashaladora.
No. It's a big dragon.
No,
big
it's a board game.
Dragon. Yeah.
It's even though these aren't miniature, it's a miniature war game, kind of like a 40K. But it plays more like Kingdom Death Monster, which is a board game where you have to hunt beasts that are trying to kill you, and as you kill them, everybody gets an upgrade from them, and it's all randomly rolled as to what you get. And so you can get like bones or hide or things like that. You take them back and craft weapons out of them. But that game is very deadly. And so it's hard to get people to keep playing it. But hopefully this will,
Yeah. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, that's just a good session. That's a way to make a fun campaign, is going after these monsters are bad, you can go get them.
If you roll Thaumaturges in Pathfinder 2E, you could do a really interesting Monster Hunter campaign, because that's their whole thing. Is using their extra, what are they called? The implements to be able to hunt down monsters and things like that.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, that's been most of my day, is getting those things out and unboxing all that. The boxes are still back there. And I did want to show this off real quick, because I think this is really cool.
Okay.
It came with these posters.
Oh, nice.
And the posters are cool enough on their own, right? Like, that's a cool thing. The posters. But if you flip them over, it shows you how to put everything back in the box. That's cool.
That's the way to do it. That is cool. It reminds me of the oh man, one of the greatest games I ever got. I was so excited to get it. Was the original Final Fantasy in the black box.
Yeah.
Opened it up, you got the NES came out, and it had a huge manual. Not huge, it was huge for the time. It's pretty thick manual.
Right.
Going through with lore and everything in it, and you got a world map, and on the back of it, when you flipped it over, it had had all the monsters from the game.
Right.
And it had their their hit points and everything, and what their weakness is. Fair enough. The About the weakness, and then of course, when it got to some of the mysterious bosses or the bigger bosses,
right?
It had just question marks, everything, because you didn't get that.
Yeah.
I remember it took forever to kill the mech.
I agree.
That's a whole other story.
Yeah.
That would be That would be good instructions to include. If you need to return this, if you need to pack it up, this is how you do it.
But that's been pretty much my week. I'm going to Thursday morning. I'm going to take I reprimed some stuff and the paints and the model kit dry brushes came in.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to Thursday morning I'm going to try and record trying that and see how it works. And if it works well, then I'll prime all of the Eldari Corsairs Friday or Thursday so that they're good for Friday in black. And if not, then I'll prime them all in white so that we can paint them the way we have been.
Okay. Fair enough. Yes, when new things scare you, don't try them. No, I'm kidding. Here. Avoid them at all costs.
Yeah, just give up. You fail once, give up. Never try again.
Yeah.
Anyway, never not be afraid.
Right on. Yes, we're. Oh man, we're down to quoting the crudes on here, man. We're doing good.
So let's move into reviews, because otherwise I'm going to keep talking Monster Hunter and Pathfinder.
All right, fine. We're going to reviews.
Can we do a Pathfinder to Monster Hunter campaign? Anyway, reviews. I don't want you to tell me no, so I just moved on.
Well, that'll be our first one.
Yeah. Our first review is, I love how Faith has seen the title, give it a score already. Our first review is Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp.
Oh, wow.
This is the reboot of Advance Wars 1 and 2.
81.
Okay.
That's what I'm giving. 81.
All right.
Yeah.
Got an 85 and an 86 already.
Well, it's kind of like you have all 76. That might be a good score for that. Because there's a bunch of games. There's a lot like that. There's all these classic games, and that is one. But it's Advance Wars is always like, yeah, all those great games are good, but have you heard of Advance Wars?
Yeah, 100%. All right, we got a good spectrum of numbers here. Also, while the X is counting down, just want to mention to all you people that comment on the YouTube side with your score, and I can see you didn't edit your comment. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. It means a lot to me to see that you're playing at home and that you're not cheating. Because it'd be really easy to cheat at home.
True. That's true. Anyway, how we do?
So, score is 81. You got it, Rungrid.
Whoa. Give me my ice cream.
Let's
ice cream.
On the Ice Cream Wall of Fame.
Lieutenant Dan, ice cream. Ice cream. And Dan.
All right. Let me read you a couple of reviews here. We do have quite a few reviews tonight, so it'll probably go back to just being 2 reviews for each.
Yeah.
But I don't know if this one will necessarily help you much, but I saw a lot of people quoting this blurb. I feel like I have to read.
That's a good reason.
Advance Wars 1 and 2 are, this is from Video Chums, a site we've never covered before. Advance Wars 1 and 2 are timeless classics, and I know those are big words, but these games are deserving of that honor. I was obsessed with Advance Wars 2 back in the day, and now I'm loving the franchise yet again. Plus, fans of the series can rest easy, knowing that Nintendo hasn't abandoned the Advance Wars franchise, and it makes me wonder, what's next? Big words that it's just as good as it ever was, but better.
Yeah. I don't know.
This one, I think, might give you more actual help.
I hope so.
86? All right, we'll stick with it then. Yes. Cubed 3 says, Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp brings back 2 classic tactic games with mixed results. While the various COs and their animations are exceptional, accompanied with welcome voice acting, the 3D artwork for the environments, troops, and vehicles clashes with the 2D drawings. Missions themselves hold up incredibly well 20 years later, with vast unit variety and choice for most battles. Bare-bones online modes don't offer quite enough opportunity for replayability, but the package still stands tall with a map editor and missions with additional maps.
Okay. Sounds like there's a little nostalgia love in there, which is always good for the score.
A
They
little
don't
sad
sound
to hear.
unhappy with it.
I'm a little sad to
Huh?
hear they changed some of the animations to be 3D.
Yeah.
I think there was something timeless about the way Advance Wars 1 looks.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's not enough
Okay.
to make me not play it.
Go 80.
All right.
80. Let's see how we did.
Score is
Sure you will.
86. That means both Waverly and Roxanne got on the Ice Cream Wall of Fame. Congratulations.
Oh, ice cream. But it's not my ice cream. I guess congratulations, you two. Ah, I ain't get it.
Eventually, people are getting more savvy and starting to get it more often. We go more episodes where I'm having to put names on there than I'm not, which means eventually I'm going to have to make the ice cream smaller and move it up so we have more room for the Wall of Fame.
No, we cannot cut down on the ice cream.
Look, times are tough, okay?
I'm guaranteed a certain amount of ice cream.
All right, so next up, we have Horizon Forbidden West,
Oh, yeah.
Burning Shores.
What will the critics give it? You know, I think I'm gonna go 88. I'm going a little bit higher than Faith. Just put a see, no shortchanging the ice cream. Figure something out, buddy.
That's true. That's true.
Fine.
I should mention there was a time where we didn't cover DLC reviews. We just didn't cover it. I don't know why we didn't cover it before, but I feel like, especially for games that maybe the game is really well received, but the reviews are showing different scores, or maybe the reviews are coming in really good. I think, you know, might be something to help people know whether they should put their money on it or not.
Yeah.
All right. What number did you say?
I don't know. I wrote it down, didn't I? Oh my gosh! I looked at everybody's score. 88 is what I said.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a little bit higher. 88. Yeah, 85, 83, 82, 86. 88.
Score is 82. Will has joined the board.
Ice cream.
Look,
handing out some ice cream tonight.
It's getting expensive, okay? That's a lot of ice cream.
Yeah, a lot of ice cream.
Let me read you a couple of these. Shakes the ice cream. Is that the let me in meme?
Yeah.
Welcome back, Roxanne.
I was kind of feeling that too, Doc. Honestly, yeah. Welcome back.
Well, your first one here is from Use a Potion, which is a site we've never covered before, but I actually really like this blurb. Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores is a fantastic expansion that offers plenty of thrills and genuinely pushes the overall story forward. This isn't just some minor side endeavor for Aloy, but a meaningful quest that doesn't only highlight the threat that the world faces, but also strengthens her resolve to defeat it. Add to that the exciting missions to complete, the vicious new enemies to face off against, a cool new ally in Seika, and the wonderful LA setting to explore, and it'll become clear that this is an unmissable piece of content for Horizon fans, even if it doesn't try to expand upon the core gameplay formula too much.
Well, you know, sometimes that's expanding on the gameplay formula is not needed.
Right.
For an expansion.
Yeah.
In fact, sometimes that can hem some things up.
Yeah.
Mm.
Your next review is from GGR Recon, who says, despite a few fumbles, Burning Shores is an essential pickup for anyone who's invested in the Horizon storyline. The gameplay doesn't do too much to differentiate itself from Forbidden West, but that's hardly to its detriment. With plenty of side content, getting the hiccups. Plenty of side content, pristine locations to explore, and intriguing characters to meet, Burning Shores is everything you could want from a Horizon expansion. Now all that's left to do is wait for Guerrilla to close out the trilogy it spent the last 6 years setting up. Can't wait to see the results.
Okay, I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I'm going to go 90.
Okay.
On that. I feel pretty confident about this. It didn't, because neither one of those reviews, and how many reviews are there?
There are 41 reviews.
quite a few. So 85 basically on upload, but I didn't hear any like, if for fans of the game, that's what it is. We're going with, if you're not a fan of the game, you won't get it. It's just
Right.
straightforward. I mean, they did a little bit, but it wasn't like the point of either one of those reviews.
Yeah. The score is 88, as Dark is now also on the list.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Emotional damage.
Faith just redeemed an emotional damage. Okay. Our next
Excellent.
game.
Excellent.
You still got time, Faith. We have 4 more games. I think this is the first time we've had 5 people on the board with only 2 games in. Our next game is Coffee Talk Episode 2.
Yes. All right. Coffee Talk 2.
Hibiscus and Butterfly.
Oh, this is gonna be it's gonna be hard to do because there's people who just if you like that game, it's a good game, but if that's not what if you don't get it or you're not, I don't know, it's gonna be tough. I think I'll be safe to go 85.
Okay.
Yeah. 81, 78. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. We got some good scores here. Oh, there it is. 86.
Score is 82.
82. Oh. I said shoot around her nose, not up it. Everybody was close.
There's a shelled up pass.
Right.
Right, that's right.
You can't let me have anything myself.
I struggled a lot with finding reviews for this that weren't just like 2 sentences.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like, hey, it's really good. It's a touching return. You can savor a warm beverage again. But Checkpoint Gaming says Coffee Talk Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly, is a fantastic sequel. The art style is simple but amazing. The music is great, and the ambient rain is relaxing. Choices do indeed matter in this game, and with a pretty hard-to-miss mistake, you can cut off character arcs completely. Admittedly, there are some annoying bugs and issues with the social media app, but the game is so grounded and authentic in its characters that each of them has their own wants, desires, and problems. You can't solve them with a coffee, you can help steer them in one direction or another. Their issues still feel really natural, even if they're not human. Coffee Talk 2 is a beautiful game, and I can't wait to jump back in again to collect all the knickknacks.
Okay.
Nice, Dark.
That. Dark's going to have a review Thursday on that. Fairly simple. Yeah, I don't see... it's not meant to be a complex game. It's
right.
Meant for you to think, and kind of see differently and try to interact with these different lives. So I don't know. We have another one, right?
I do, yes. I have a countering opinion, as it were. I always try to find those. One pro, one against.
Yeah.
I'll end this by saying that I didn't entirely hate my experience with Coffee Talk Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly, and I'm glad I made it through because experiencing the characters really was a treat. There are a lot of heartwarming moments and lessons in this title, and I'm happy I got to learn a few. I just wish there was more to do, especially because the game is not that long to begin with.
So his problem, I got out of that, his problem with it was, he wanted more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think, there's games that they're not, they're not made for gamers.
Right.
In a way,
Yeah.
They try to take a different aspect, and also a lot of game makers are storytellers.
Yeah,
and how they decide to tell that story, there's gonna be a lot of different ways. All right. So I'm gonna go 81 again. I'm gonna go 81.
Okay.
So relax and chill game, right on, exactly. Which the world needs some of those. I want some white knuckling action sometimes, but sometimes
you want to relax.
Mm-hmm.
The score is 70%.
Wow, really? I'm surprised that's low.
A lot of people talked about how much they liked it, but then they gave it a pretty low score.
I wonder like speculating. Yeah. Well, look, sometimes that's it. That's that's the whole thing. I honestly, and I think sometimes there's games and people play the game and it works with book stories, jokes, everything else. They don't quite get what's behind it.
Right.
And I know how insulting or pompous it can sound to tell somebody, "Oh, you just didn't understand it."
Right.
But I think sometimes that is the case.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. And how do you tell those people that without making them stop listening to you? But it's true.
Yeah. Because the automatic reaction is, "You, sir, are a pompous ass."
Right. Well, the same thing happens with EDF games, right? Like, EDF games, they don't play super well, right? Low frame rates.
Yeah.
I get why somebody might not like them. But if you give it a low score, it's because you didn't understand what it was trying to do. I get why you did it, but those games are built to just be fun. They're not trying to be anything serious. They're trying to be camp, It wants to be jank.
Yeah.
Well, there's still time, Faith. We got a few more.
Yeah, I got 3 more. Let's go.
So next up, we have Strayed Lights. I had not heard of this game.
Yeah.
So I pulled up a breakdown on it, and from the developers themselves, Strayed Lights is a stunningly vibrant action platformer with environments and a world that feels as soothing as Journey's, but with challenging and rewarding Sekiro Shadows Die Twice style combat. I don't know how you can have both. I know.
That's what I was just thinking to ask. I was like, okay, it's like Journeys and Sekiro. I don't know how to put that together in my head.
It doesn't work.
It's like it's Pikmin Gear Solid.
Yeah, right?
Like what do you mean?
You can throw these names at me. I don't understand.
Yeah. Yes, right. I want to. A nice 80.
Okay. Base betting on an 85.
All right, 80, 84. Making some safe bets here. Yeah, I have no idea about this one at all.
Give it another second.
Didn't help.
Give it another second. And the score is 74.
Okay.
Now, the first one I have for you is from Games Creed.
Disappointed!
Faith just redeemed disappointed. Which is Strayed Lights is a truly beautiful game. While its visuals and audio design are incredibly vibrant and breathtaking, the true beauty of it shines through with how the game uses both. As for the combat, despite it being far more forgiving than other games of the genre, it still provides you with enough of a challenge to keep you engaged and keep coming back for more.
Okay.
In comparison, Shack News says Strayed Lights is ultimately frustrating because there's a brilliant game lurking somewhere here. Upon finishing the game, I understood the story to be about conquering corruptive behavior and going on a spiritual journey inward, but it's let down by subpar platforming and gameplay. I would even argue that the game might not have needed combat at all and could have worked better as an explorative adventure instead. Perhaps Embers might consider this for its next project.
I kind of find that interesting, actually. Okay. 72.
Okay.
72. That's
77.
77 is probably just as good a score as any. I don't know. This is off this list so far. It's the one I know nothing about it. 70 from Roxanne there.
The score is 55.
Ooh. Well, they didn't like it that much at all.
Nope.
So if they had 100 friends, they would recommend it to 55 of them.
Yeah.
That's what. Okay.
Yeah. It surprised me quite a bit when I saw that. I did not expect it. You go into every game expecting it to be good, and that people love it.
Well, I understand there's some games that take adjustment to with their style choices or whatever. But there's a lot of times I've sat through that. I've started a game and go, I don't like the way it is. And then at the end, I'm like, yeah, I do like the way it did that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But yeah, that took a low shot. I did not expect it to go that low.
Yeah.
That quick.
So yeah, this one, After Image, is our next game.
Okay.
It's a hand-drawn 2D action adventure that emphasizes fast-paced combat, with diversified character builds, non-linear levels, and a gripping story set in the ruins of a fantasy world. I wishlisted this game when I first heard about it because it's being published by Modus, who published some really good games, and I love Metroidvanias. As we know, it's my favorite genre. So,
yeah,
keep that in mind.
Yeah, but okay, so it's not Gundam. There's that.
Right.
I've got that going for me through that. I don't know. Good thing. After Image will be up next week. Next week will be fun review. Yeah, I'm sure they will be. You know what? I'm going to go with 83.
Okay.
$87.
Score is 73. We're 10 off.
Okay. I should have shot lower. That's what.
So, Game Rant says, even if there are a few rough spots, After Image is a magical Metroidvania that shines. Most of the issues require a little patching, but the core remains engaging. The combat works because the enemy variety complements Renee's moves, and overcoming previously difficult bosses is intensely satisfying. Platforming has a few quirks, but using enemies as impromptu platforms to find secrets or barely making a jump is exhilarating. Even the story, which doesn't start out with a lot to set it apart, blossoms thanks to a spectacular world and interesting themes. This title is an absolute gem for Metroidvania fans.
Okay.
But Nintendo World Report says so much of its obtuse systems and mechanics are poorly explained, or outright not explained at all, that you'll need to really want to understand everything to be able to power through and figure it out. After Image will undoubtedly have its fans, since the game has figured out the hard parts, gorgeous art, snappy combat, and a sprawling, detailed world. Sadly, the game stumbles on the boring parts tutorial, boring parts, hyphen, which makes you think it's one word. Should have been a semicolon. Sorry, Nintendo World Report. I'm not trying to criticize your grammar. Thank you for the retake. On the boring parts, tutorials, equipment screens, and general UX design, which creates a frustrating experience for anyone that doesn't quite get it on the first try.
Yes. Okay. Suddenly, all of a sudden, that low review's coming into focus.
Yeah.
And you remember you had it. Come on. God. Ready? I'm going to say 76.
Okay.
It was 76.
Faith has given a 75.
Yes. 86 from Waverly. 79.
The score is... It's funny.
Oh, nice.
47%.
Oh. Whoa. Oi.
So, I think I'm going to wait for a steep sale for this.
Well, then. Goodness.
Yeah, a 47%. I was so excited for this one, too. Like...
Excuse me. Didn't realize it was that kind of game.
There's one more game, Faith. There's one more game. That now you're worried about next week's reviews? I understand. A lot of damage in. Finally, for tonight, review-wise, we have Trinity Trigger. Now,
Trinity Trigger.
This is an interesting game.
Okay.
So this is a game that is trying, I guess you could say, to be like Secret of Mana, specifically Secret of Mana 3. It is very much that in a lot of ways, but with new characters, a different world.
Okay.
It is an action RPG, and specifically the devs call it caught in the middle of a divine clash of epic proportions that has left gigantic weapons towering over the landscape. Cyan and newfound allies Elise and Xanthus set on a quest to save the world and defy the gods. Claim your fate in this fantastical adventure inspired by classic JRPGs.
Okay. 85.
Okay.
Though the name sounds like some kind. I kind of agree with Dark because the name sounds like some kind of Matrix fan fiction.
I would be fine with the name if it was a Devil May Cry game. If it was like DMC, Trinity Trigger, I'd be like, yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, that actually fit that really well.
But
not bad.
Just on its own, no, I don't like it. The score is 72.
Well,
Off by one again, Dark.
Obviously. The trailer doesn't look terrible. Okay.
Some reviews for you. I've been watching. Dark, I really appreciate how much you and I can just completely trash on each other and have a great time. Thanks. So, Cog Connected says, I loved Trinity Trigger. I'm a big fan of JRPGs and the Mata series. This is a game for fans of the genre. Its bland dungeon design and sometimes dumb support character AI hold it back from being a full-blown genre classic. But it has a compelling narrative and great combat, and the local co-op option seems too good to be true in this day and age. If you're not into action JRPGs, Trinity Trigger isn't going to change your mind, but anyone with any love for the genre should definitely give it a playthrough.
Okay.
In comparison, But Why Though says Trinity Trigger had so much promise. It had great talent associated with it. It looked like it could be fun and a grand adventure, but everything just fell flat on its face. From the story to just about every gameplay mechanic, but which felt more tedious than enjoyable.
Oh.
From looking at it, it feels...
Chibi?
Yeah. It feels to me like a DS style RPG, where that was what they did.
Okay.
Like, do you remember when the DS version of Final Fantasy 3 came out, and all the characters were redesigned to be chibi 3D?
Yeah, but the early Final Fantasies, when they update them, they do some weird things. And that one was you know how much more detail we can look. We should concentrate on their head.
Yeah, 100%.
And we'll go very okay. Well, not Chibi's involved. I'm going to go with 68.
Okay.
A 6 and an 8. I don't know. I'm kind of glad that craze has kind of died down a little bit.
Me too.
At 43. Yeah, 71. 69. Okay. That's some rough.
Score is 57%.
Really? Well, yeah. Yeah. We're tired of chibis.
Yeah. But Faith, you should not feel alone, because the comments that come through of people that play from home show that they often lose as well. So, not alone.
Well, we're just, at the end of the day, we're just hollering out random numbers.
Yeah. How can you know? When they lie? They lie. Coffee Talk. They're going, this game's great. This game's wonderful. This game's incredible. 70%. What?
Yeah.
Anyway. It's, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
So, let's move into announcements. Now, we just have the one tonight, and there's not really much to say about it other than it's cool. Cult of the Lamb's first major content update is out. I have not played this game yet myself, but It's a beefy update. They've added a new post-game storyline, revamped a bunch of the boss fights. They've added a post-game progression. They've added relics, heavy attacks, new traps, challenge run options, new secrets, a photo mode, accessibility mode.
Okay.
It is $5 if you want the additional stuff, which is called the Heretic Pack. But the rest of the update itself is free, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty big, like a clicker game. Oh, okay.
I think it is like a mixed genre game because you cultivate your cultists that follow you, and you farm with them, which is kind of like it reminds me a lot of like a mix between Stardew Valley and Don't Starve in that regard.
Okay.
But then when you get into the actual combat, it plays more like an Isaac or a Gungeon with like a roguelike setup to it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it has full combat.
Okay.
That's all we really had for that. Just I think that's cool that it's there, you know. So let's get into the news.
Okay.
Now, I will try to resize this so it's easier to see, but Dead Island 2 has had some problems. I don't know, Dark. That's a good question. What is the abbreviation for Xbox One? XBO? XBO.
Okay.
So the game came out and had some problems on new consoles, but for the most part was doing pretty good, right?
Okay.
Yeah, current gen is the way to go for sure. There we go. Thank you. So one of the best things about Dead Island for a lot of people is being able to play online, right?
Yeah.
If you're playing on PS4 or Xbox One, you can play online. You can join any lobby that is open to join. You can get invited to join, but you can't make lobbies. You can't make a party. You can't host.
Why? Only the elites.
Yeah, pretty much.
Only the elites can actually create the... Oh, man.
So the quote from the developers is, due to the game's graphic requirements, the host must play on the latest generation console or one of the Generation 8 Plus consoles like PS4 Pro, Xbox One X.
Back up. Due to the what content?
The game's graphic requirements.
What does that have to do with other people's machines?
I don't know.
It's going to be processed on their machine.
That doesn't make any sense to me at all.
No. That's crap. That is crap. Or as the kids would say, that's cap.
Yeah, for sure. They go on to say anybody on last gen, as it were, base PS4, base Xbox One, or Xbox One S, will not be able to host the game at launch, but they will be able to join it. We're working on giving the option to host on all consoles in the future. PC players can both host and join co-op sessions. Why? What do you mean?
No.
And this is
right. Yeah, if you can join the game, you can handle it.
Yeah. That's
what your graphics coming.
Dead Island 2 is $69.99 as well on old consoles. It's not $59.99 on old consoles.
This game has had so many problems. This game should have been a shoe-in. This game should have been so easy for them.
Yep. So as you can guess, there's been a lot of backlash because of this. People are pretty upset. There's a comic book gaming doesn't do a lot of reviews.
Fair enough.
But they are the ones that broke this story. And they put in their article, Dead Island 2 is far from a perfect game, but given everything that took to get here, it's close to a miracle that it turned out as good as it did.
That's right. That's so terrible. This is dumb.
Yeah, it's real dumb. It doesn't make sense.
I can understand. Look, if you'll be honest with me, I can understand that there's some dumb reason.
Yeah, 100%.
But when your explanation makes absolutely no sense to somebody with a basic understanding of it. You know, they should.
Yeah, if the reasoning was, hey, we coded something wrong and we're trying to fix it, this is a bug.
Yeah. Yes.
But
well, sorry, we don't have it. We can't get it done in time for launch, but we will patch it. Something like that. Okay, it messed up, but there's something. Something there. This is dumb.
Yeah. Well, while we're talking about dumb, I put these together for a reason.
Okay, I have no idea what this is.
Jedi Survivor's install size has been revealed. Download size, I guess you could say.
Right.
What is like when we look back on some of the worst ones? Modern Warfare 2, the second Modern Warfare 2, was 101 gigs, which is way too big, right?
Yeah,
GTA 5 was 85 gigs, which was considered way too big at the time. Jedi Survivor is 147 gigs.
Oh yeah. A few years ago, what is it? Tetra Gig.
Yeah.
Hard drives were making their scene. 1,000 gigs.
Yeah.
Worth of hard drive, and it's just they're gonna. If you give somebody, it's the same thing that's happened for years and years. They jumped up, so we had the first gig hard drive.
Yeah.
Like, holy cow, I'm never going to use all that. And then software catches up.
Right.
And, that would be.
I understand.
All you need is one part. And then it was a 10 and 100 gig. I never used it up. And then 3 games filled it up after, a year.
Yeah.
And now those came out. I'm not going to be surprised. That's what's going to happen. We're going to be jump, especially with hardware push. We're going to see my prediction. Next, I'll put it 5 years. I'll make it a little bit rough. I was going to say 10, but I'll put 5. 5 years. We're going to see a 200, 250 gigabyte game.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Maybe even 500.
Yeah.
500 might be a high. In 10 years, we'll have 500.
Oh, yeah.
A 500 gigabyte game easily.
Hopefully by that point, we have like 10 terabyte hard drives in our consoles. But
yeah.
One thing that's really interesting to this, to me anyway, is that the actor for Cal, who doesn't just do voice acting, the main character, he also does like facial acting because they did all that scan work. Put out a thing that was like, I can't install that on my console. I don't have enough room.
I don't know. He loves ponchos.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I think a lot of games could really benefit from just give a character creation.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us play games. When we play games, we want to go, okay, I want to put me in this game.
Yeah, I get that, but I do like Cal as a character. I think they did a good job with him. But no, to me, what this feels like is uncompressed audio again, because that's what it has been every time that a game's install size is huge. Is they didn't compress the audio. Well, if we compress the audio, then it's not going to sound right. Yeah, except you know what? Compressed the audio and sounded fine. Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah.
Because if Kojima hadn't compressed Metal Gear Solid 4, it would have been 100 gigs. And PS3s couldn't hold that.
Yeah, and that's, I don't know. The difference you're going to hear, like if I recorded something that's like 44K and I record something at 96K.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if you could hear the difference.
Right.
I mean, if everything was digital, you probably could.
Yeah.
If it's like all digital instruments. But the codec's going to matter more than that. What's interpreting it and putting it out is going to matter as far as the quality goes. I don't know that works. That works as an excuse. I don't know that the human ear, for the most part, most people would pick that up, the difference.
Yeah. I think Dark has just hit the nail on the head there, too.
Yeah. A lot of it's going to do with, that's what I'm saying. A lot of it's going. Well.
Next time.
The I don't know. I that's if that's what it is, if that's all it is you're worried about compressed audio in your games that size, you've done nothing.
Yeah.
You haven't done anything but take it, kind of lazily take advantage of storage size.
Yeah, there's the Kira cry.
Yeah, if you I was eating the ice cream too fast.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, there's ways around, and the thing is, all those tricks and stuff go back to analog days and
Right.
been done for years.
Yeah.
To save space, save tape, save whatever, they've done it different ways. So I don't know. I think you're just being greedy if that's all you're doing.
I agree. You could also give the consumer the option to download a compressed audio version instead. Like give them that option.
Yeah.
I don't care about having uncompressed audio. I like having more than one game on my hard drive.
Well, maybe it would matter for like one of those, hardcore Call of Duty players that, has got the $1,000 headphones that are coming off a thing that was actually tube driven from their game drive, Well, they got I don't know, all kinds of stuff, so they can hear the grass crunch of the guy behind it. Maybe there, I don't know, it might make a difference. It doesn't seem like thing. If you fill up 100 gigs and you're like, yeah, look, the world we built and the way it looks, we have to have that much room. I might be kind of okay with this.
Right.
I'd be like, well, I want to see what that is.
Yeah.
But if it's just uncompressed audio, that's lazy.
Yeah, I agree. Well, speaking of lazy, let's talk about Lawbreakers. Because old Cliffy B is desperate to bring Lawbreakers back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't follow Cliffy B on Twitter because it gets really annoying to see him talk about bringing Lawbreakers back every week. But last week, he put out a big tweet that was like, hey, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're bringing it back. We're bringing back Lawbreakers. It's going to happen. And then a couple days ago, he put out a tweet that says, well, it turns out Nexon owns the rights to Lawbreakers. So, hey, Nexon, you want to talk? And it's like, why'd you put out a thing if you didn't even have it? Like,
percent is 9/10 of the word.
Right. And also, like, I don't see people talk about how much they love Lawbreakers. I don't hear about Lawbreakers unless Cliff Bleszinski is talking about it. So it just feels really weird to have him constantly talk about how much people love it and how he's bringing it back. And when you check his tweets, there's like 7 people that are like, woo, yeah, Lawbreakers.
That's probably like one of the worst examples of hearing somebody being locked into their own echo chamber I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and as Darks brought up, it was popular for almost no time at all, and then it died.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying the man shouldn't be passionate about his project, but it wasn't his project. He never had the rights to it. So why is he hyping it up so much? And this has been getting a lot of traction. This whole like, it's not Legend of Dragoon. This whole thing of like, hey, we're doing it. This is finally it. We're doing it. Actually, I don't have the rights. So, hey, and like, come on, man, just let it go. It's okay. Just let it go.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that's really all there is to that. It was weird and felt like needed to be brought up a little bit there. Man.
Okay.
This next part's weird too. Originally when the story broke, it seemed pretty cut and dry. But NetEase is not suing Blizzard.
Look, there's nothing about NetEase that is cut and dry.
That's very true.
The what was that old chat thing before? It was around the time of like the AOL CRL.
Don't
CLR?
remember. do agree with you,
And-
though, Dark. Yeah, I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Okay. Anyway, this kind of NetEase has got some swing.
A motorized bicycle.
They got a huge empire. So I don't know, but they're not suing them.
No, NetEase is not suing.
Okay.
So there was a report that broke earlier in the week that NetEase was suing Blizzard, Activision Blizzard, which would have made 4 lawsuits if our math was correct currently against Activision Blizzard. There is still a lawsuit. It's just not NetEase doing it. So the original story
about NetEase, though, who is doing it?
It is an
maybe
individual.
NetEase is doing it.
It is an individual named. Came back up here. Named.
NetEase owns a lot.
Yang Jun. And
Okay.
he listed NetEase as the appellant. So it could be that NetEase is involved, or it could be he's just trying to get them involved. It's hard to say because NetEase has not yet commented on it.
Okay.
But Blizzard says, well, no, NetEase isn't suing us. This guy, Yang Chun, is.
Okay.
But what it's about is that originally he claimed that NetEase was claiming this, right? And it could still be, as we said. They could just be using this guy as a spokespiece.
Yeah.
But apparently unequal provisions favoring Blizzard Entertainment in their deal. And when China made a bunch of the changes about, it's ad time. Probably wait till after the ad's over then. Hey, YouTube, if you're watching this, I love you. You know that.
What? God, to make it awkward all of a sudden.
Yeah, sorry to
just make everything awkward.
Sorry to
Gosh.
just drop that on you, YouTube. So, when China made it where Blizzard could not operate WoW in China anymore,
Yeah.
there were a lot of refunds requested.
I'm sure.
Right. And Blizzard did not pay them. NetEase paid them.
Okay.
So, Yang Chun is claiming that he is a part of that process and that he is suing Blizzard on behalf of NetEase.
Okay.
What we don't know, because Yang Chun nor NetEase have told us, is if he is someone that just played WoW and felt like it was unfair for NetEase to have to pay that back, or if he's a member of NetEase that played WoW and feels like it's unfair, and they're involved or they aren't. Either way, they're involved because he made them a part of it. But
yeah, but NetEase is so kind of expansive.
Yeah,
big that it almost, in a weird way, it almost is a greater chance of him somehow being connected to NetEase and not, and
right.
They're huge.
The only thing that makes it seem like NetEase might not actually be involved is because he also sued them 9 days ago.
Okay.
But he could also be a former employee.
And
he's suing them for something that happened while he was working for them,
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like this is just a guy, as far as we know. Like normal companies. Yeah. It's really strange. But what some people are saying is that, and again, all of this is up in the air right now. We'll have more information next week, I'm sure. But what some people are saying is that it was a mistranslation when it was originally brought over, that NetEase was even involved, and that it was a mistranslation because this man had also sued NetEase.
Okay.
But until next week, probably, when we get more information, it's really hard to say what's what right now. Because you go to one website and they're telling you, yeah, it was just a mistranslation. You go to another one, it's like, well, no, here's the legal docket that shows NetEase is a part of it, written in Mandarin Chinese. So it's tough to say. What we can say is that he's suing them for 300 million RMB.
Okay.
Which is a lot of money.
Yes.
So who knows how this is going to go? Blizzard has been sued 4 times now in the span of 2 years. And
Yeah. Well, it's you know, it's a lot of the continuing, and like they've got lawsuits that. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So that's the weird world news when it comes to lawsuits.
Yeah. Okay.
And as if that story wasn't weird enough, the Red Cross doesn't want you to play Fortnite.
Okay.
Let me get into this for you.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
The Red Cross has, over the years, many times, the ICRC has many times got involved. They even paid for an entire Arma 3 expansion where you had to follow the rules of war. Yeah, the International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC. Now, what they've done recently is they have partnered with PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Rainbow Six Siege, Modern Warfare, Blackout, I guess is what it's called, Blackout. Warzone, sorry, that's what it's called. And Escape from Tarkov and Fortnite to make modes in these games called Rules of War, where you have to follow the laws of armed conflict. And they've even set up a Twitch channel and partnered with several streamers to make them play in these modes to show how difficult it is to play these games without breaking the rules of armed conflict, the laws of armed conflict.
Yeah.
This is weird because I get what they're trying to do.
Yeah. I too. Some of these games I don't see how it works to make the game playable at all. But
Right. However, the response to it has been fully laughing at them, calling it tone deaf, of, hey, there's an actual war going on in the world right now, and here we are just, we're going to follow the rules of war in this video game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so don't shoot the guy with the camera.
Yeah. And as Vice puts it, there's something grotesque about telling gamers that the way they play an FPS can make a difference on the real-world battlefield when video of actual war is circulating on Telegram.
Yeah, it's not. Look, I understand if they wanted to highlight the Geneva Convention or something like that.
Yeah.
Or even their own views and stands on things. But yeah, it seems to be a better way to go about it, because it seems like when you put it and you read the story that way, it's like yeah, we're telling gamers, when they get through it, then they'll realize, see how hard it is not to commit war crimes.
Yeah, I guess
you can
so.
actually do it. It's really tricky not to commit war crimes.
Yeah, I guess so. When you finish the mode, you get a link to a website, and if you follow the link, the website says, every day people play games set in conflict zones right from their couch. But right now, armed conflicts are more prevalent than ever. And to the people suffering from their effects, this conflict is not a game. It destroys lives and leaves communities devastated. Therefore, we're challenging you to play FPS by the real rules of war, to show everyone that even wars have rules. Rules which protect humanity on battlefields IRL. But part of the problem with the war going on right now is one side's not following the rules of war, and you can't just make them do it by putting a mode in a game. What?
No. If this was, I could understand, if this was part of, let's say you play through, Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
And you get these reminders and stuff that's put up that, I would understand, but not this.
Rules of nature, yeah.
Nature. Well, if you go, look, it's going to sound really cold, but, when you declare war on somebody else, you're not playing battle, right?
Yeah.
You're there to impose, to win, whether your cause is righteous or not. That's off the table of what I'm discussing right now.
Yeah.
It's there to go through and win. I don't know. It seems like it seems like a desperate attempt to feel relevant.
Yeah, it really feels like it.
And you don't. I understand you need donations. You work off of them.
Yeah,
but bring. Yeah, have a history. Show people what's going on with the war.
Yeah, for sure. There's better ways to do it. Well, the thing is, Dark, they're not saying don't play Fortnite at all. They're saying if you're going to play Fortnite, play their mode of Fortnite. Yeah. Don't play regular Fortnite.
Yeah.
Just play their mode. Well, their mode is real.
No. Nobody plays Fortnite for realistic.
I do have the rules here for you if you'd like to hear them for what they change in the game.
Yeah.
No thirsting. If an enemy's down and can't respond, you can't keep shooting at them.
Okay.
No targeting non-violent NPCs. That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
No targeting civilian buildings, and you have to use medkits on everyone, friend and foe alike. Okay. Except if you use a medkit on the foe, they're not going to be like a real person and go, I can't believe you did that. We're on opposite sides. I really appreciate that.
I have a problem. I have a problem with the person anyway.
Yeah.
If you're in a battle and you've taken somebody down, and you see that they're down,
right?
But there is a chance that soldier over there will be able at a later date or very shortly, or even a little bit later, we'll be able to get up and grab the weapon and come at you again at a later time. You're gonna have to shoot again,
right?
These are Well,
and there's another side to it too,
which is yeah, exactly.
If you shoot somebody in the lung in war and they're dropped and they're not a threat anymore, but you're going to leave them there to bleed out and die because they're not going to get help, is it not more humane to make them not have to gurgle blood through their lungs?
There's I believe there's a false connection between gaming and violence. I think that's stupid.
I agree.
I think any connection made from any trial is due to the mental inefficiency of the defendant.
I agree.
And what they take. This is not This is not a good idea.
Right.
No, it's not. I'm sorry. It's not realistic. Nobody's, scope sniping, jumping up, doing 360, scope sniping.
Yeah.
People as they go through.
Also, it doesn't work in a lot of the games. There are many games that don't allow you to use medkits on enemies.
Yeah.
And you cannot play PlayerUnknown's Battleground and not target a building. It takes place in buildings.
Yeah. No.
And that's a good point, Dark.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's the Red Cross runs under different rules.
Right.
They're neutral. You don't shoot the Red Cross. But it's kind of thing you got to take it into effect. Okay, love or hate our military is the point to what I'm saying. People in the military don't have any constitutional rights. They give them up. They're under the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
Right.
They're under a different one. So while they may protect the Constitution, they're not protected by the Constitution, so to speak. In perfect world, right?
Yeah.
Or how it's set up and everything. The Red Cross is kind of the same thing. Your combatants, are not working in the same mindset. You've got people, a small platoon of people that are trying to get from one place to another, and people are trying to kill them all along the way.
Yeah.
It's a lot different than,
sitting on the couch playing Fortnite.
Yeah, it just doesn't, the correlation they're trying to make just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they are not the same thing.
Yeah, I'm not going to be, I'm not play, I don't know, Modern Warfare and be like, yeah, I was in Afghanistan. No.
Yeah, for sure. It's exactly Dark. It's
it is. It's
false
it's
equivalence.
Not, there's games where I think it would work to kind of highlight and do things up, like some of the games that are set in World War I or World War II.
Yeah, absolutely.
Set in actual war.
This war of mine.
Somewhere. Yeah.
That game does it so well. That game goes, hey, actually, there were normal people on both sides of the war, and we're going to let you see that.
Yes. Well, there's a classic movie called Tora Tora Tora.
Yeah.
and it's a very interesting movie. One, because there's a they were setting up for a scene, and there's an actual plane crash, and they use that in the movie. So the people scattering when you see it crash that are running, looks like they're running for their lives. They are.
Yeah.
Going through that. But half the movie was made in America by American crews and everything like that. And the other half of the movie was made in Japan.
Yeah.
By Japanese actors and directors and everything. So you got both sides of it.
Yeah. That is a great idea, Dark. That is a great idea. That would be a great way to highlight it.
I think you could tell a great story that way. Yeah.
Well, you might have thought that was the worst thing we were going to talk about tonight. But let's talk about Wizards of the Coast and the Pinkerton.
This is so beyond.
So let me lay this out for you. Because you know the story, but somebody else might not. Old School MTG is the name of a YouTube channel where this. Oh, you're gonna see Dark. This guy reviews Magic the Gathering cards. He opens packs. He has a good time. He was a very small channel up until yesterday. He is now sitting at 4.24K subscribers, which grats on him. Before that, he was floating right around like 1K. He bought a set called March of the Machine from a local seller whose name he has not yet given up, which is kudos to him for not giving that up.
Yeah.
However, the seller who purchased from Wizards of the Coast was sent the wrong box, and it was for March of the Machine Aftermath.
Yeah.
Which is a new set.
It comes out in May.
Right. And so he sold it to him because the seller didn't recognize the difference, as far as we're told, from Old School MTG. Who then got it home, started doing unboxing, realized what it was, and was like, hey, this isn't out yet. I bought it legally. I'm going to show it off.
Yep.
Now, you may say, hey, Wizards of the Coast, at this point, realizes that their stuff has been leaked. Should probably send somebody over to talk to him, try to, get it worked out, get the video taken down if that's what they want to do, or just send like a DMCA notice if that's what they want to do. It would be an error, but they could do it, right?
Yeah.
However, and I'm gonna get real technical here in a minute as to why they made this decision, because I believe I know the exact reason. Wizards of the Coast called up the Pinkertons.
Yeah.
If you don't know who the Pinkertons are, they've been around for a very long time.
Then you've never played Red Dead.
Right. And they never went away.
No. They've been around for 107 years. I think it's longer than that. 170 years.
Yeah, I think it's 170 years. I think it's 171 years. They have been well known for busting up unions.
Yeah, they're bullies is what they are. They're hired bullies.
Yeah. So what they used to do, let me give you the example that I was telling my wife when she couldn't understand why this was such a big deal that they'd hired them. Back in the Old West, as it were, you had your outlaws, right? And you had your rangers. Those were the guys that signed up. They were going to take care of the outlaws. They were going to protect people for the most part, right?
Yeah.
Then you had the Pinkertons, who got hired by the people that had money to make sure the outlaws never got their stuff. And it didn't matter who got caught in the crossfire.
Yeah.
And that might give you an example, because that's what they've been doing ever since.
By the way, the Pinkertons, yes, they're not government at all. They're a private organization. They're a detective agency.
Right.
Okay? They're just a very violent one.
Some of the most well-known things they've done have been pretend to be a friend to a guy and was undercover with the guy for multiple years to get into a union, just to drag the guy forward after a terrible interrogation where they beat him close to death, where he finally would confess, and they claim, of course, that there was no beating. It was just an interrogation. When the court finally got to the case, they said, no, this guy didn't do it. It's very clear he was coerced to do this. And everybody was let go. That's the organization that Wizards of the Coast called because somebody legally got a package of cards too early.
Yeah. and they use, so they show up. Remember, this is not government.
Right.
This is a private organization. They show up at the guy's house back early in the morning, bang on the door, open up. His wife answers the door. Yes, they are.
Yep.
His wife answers the door. They come in. They're threatening jail time, all this other stuff. They're there to confiscate everything.
Yep.
And they've got no legal authority to do so.
They had no right to do that. Wife is crying because she doesn't know what's going on. Right.
They're bullies.
So he gives them the cards, right?
Yeah.
Because what else do you do?
Your assessment was pretty close to right.
Yeah.
If you know, they're a private company. They have no right to come to his house.
Right.
They have no right to come to on his property. That's a safe little thing. There's no fault. And through reading it, the guy has no fault on him at all.
Yeah, he's done nothing wrong legally.
No, I think
not even morally has he done anything wrong. Really?
No. You got it. You got this card. You got an exclusive.
Yeah.
This is your wheelhouse.
Right.
This is chance. What you do. Yes, I get to put this out first. There's no doubt he put. He made a video of it. But Wizard of the Coast. This is beyond bullying.
Yeah, this is too far.
You don't hire somebody like this thinking, okay, well, the person who's mixed up in this, I'm sure they're going to be fine. I'm worried. I'm not worried about anything that may happen.
Yeah, you didn't hire the old woman from down the street to come and ask about the cards.
Yeah.
You hired the actual Pinkertons.
And after all the infamy that Wizard of the Coast has built for themselves, this year, this was actually a really good chance for them.
Yeah.
A really good chance for them to show a different side of their company.
Uh-huh.
And they call the Pinkertons.
So, after he gives the cards, Wizards of the Coast does, after the Pinkertons get back with the cards, does call and talk to him.
When the Pinkertons get everything,
right?
They give him a number to call
for
somebody at Wizard of the Coast,
right? And so he talks to them. Right.
I don't like
he talks to them, and he has a real decent conversation with them, as far as he says. The guy is being super sweet about all of this.
Yes, he is. The guy, man, he just seems like a nice guy because he kept talking about how nice wizards were.
Yeah.
Like the person on the phone. I don't think he should.
Yeah.
Pinkerton, like I said, this is not, they're there to bully.
Yeah.
They're there to harass.
They have been called a death squad many times for a reason.
They have a history, and it doesn't take long to find it.
I'm not going to say the big one that still hasn't been proven to be Pinkertons, but there was a guy whose house got blown up, and there's no proof. So I'm not making any legal accusations at this time. But after he has this phone call where Wizards says they're going to give him cards to compensate him for this,
Yeah.
Yeah, Roxanne. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks, Stark. After all of that, it seems like everything's done, right? He's going to get his cards. Everything's fine. Well, there was an update just a few hours ago.
Yeah.
Where old school MTG went out, go for a little walk, go get his mail, and one of his neighbors was out there, a nice little elderly woman, who asked him, "Hey, did those mean people find you? They came looking for you Friday." Friday, it turns out. Oh, go ahead.
That's a tactic. They knew where he was. Now you do that. You go through the neighborhood before and just ask. You don't even have to accuse them of anything.
Yeah.
Just look official and ask. And you've got you've got all the neighbors looking at him.
Yeah. So he went and asked his neighbors. How many of them had been talked to? Everybody on the street. Because they weren't there Friday when the Pinkertons came, so they went and talked to everybody on the street.
Yeah, that's not part of the investigation at
Right.
all. That is an intimidation tactic.
Uh-huh.
You know, it keeps it. The neighbors get worried. They don't want to get involved.
Right.
You know, they got their own stuff. They have their own children, or they got their own partner, or whatever. You know, that's a tactic.
Uh-huh.
That's a bullying tactic. That's what it is.
And so he goes back in after this and he makes a new video where he talks about how he's been trying to be nice, but now they've made him angry. And he's not going to talk about what he's doing on the video. But it's almost sure that's what he's implying by that, right?
I hope
that he's
so.
going to sue. I hope so too. This is nonsense.
Yeah.
So I told you earlier that I was pretty sure I knew why Wizards hired the Pinkertons. There's been something real special that's come out from this, which is one of the top 3 Hasbro executives, and I'm not going to say names because I don't want to get in trouble here, is an ex-Pinkerton.
Yeah, use your contacts.
Yeah.
Oh, this is beyond.
So it got up the chain, and somebody said, hey, I know who we can call.
Yeah. No, this is like, hey, like you get on and you make a short complaining about a handkerchief you ordered.
Yeah.
And it came in red, and you ordered the white.
Yeah.
But it came in red, and all of a sudden the CIA is at your door going, are you a Russian spy?
Right. Exactly.
Is this a way of contacting you? I mean, it's like that level of dumb. Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is not everybody can, right? Not everybody can have the home defense to be able to protect themselves against people like this that can just apparently do whatever they want because everybody lets them get away with it.
Oh, by the way, good for you for taking the class.
Yeah.
I hope you get a lot of education on that too. I know it's only 1 hour. Yes. And
so where we're at right now with this is I hope he sues, because he talked about in his first video about it of, like, you know, he was recording when it happened. So his wife answered the door. And so he talked about how he was a little concerned that, you know, is this something he wants to keep doing with YouTube? But the outpouring of support has been so much that he says, I'm going to have to keep doing it. You know, I can't give up because of this.
I got you, Dark. Nice.
It's very nice. But I'll put a link to his channel in the chat in case anybody wants to go support the guy, because, again, he deserves better than the hand that he was given for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I said, this would have been a great time for Wizard of the Coast to go, okay. Yeah. Those are special folks. They are. I understand. But yeah, the Wizard of the Coast came along. They could shut up, Trey.
I know.
They I don't know. They could have came out of this looking good.
Yeah, they could have.
They could have been, hey, there was a mistake made, but y'all got to look at the cards and work.
I said they take care of a lot of animals. Good for them.
Yeah.
It comes out in 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks. They called the Pinkertons over a 2-week early leak.
Yeah, no. This is a power play. You know, that's all that is.
Retake.
Yeah. Let them mess with us. Guess who I know?
Yeah.
That's who I've been friends with.
Yeah.
That's all that is. It's
the
bullying
leaked
tactic.
out.
Yeah. The
Creator Summit leaked out.
Yeah.
We knew about Spelljammer.
They're tired.
I guess so.
Of the leaks.
I guess so.
So stupid. So over the top. And like I said, what a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
From a marketing perspective.
Yeah.
You know, this was a simple mistake. Yeah, it threw off your plans.
Yeah.
You know, roll with it. Do something good with it.
I was already sour on Wizards and was having a hard time with, like, you know, I kind of want to play D&D again. But I don't want to support them. And then they did this, and I'm just like, look, man, I can't dislike you any more than I do right now, I thought. But you have proven me wrong. Please don't prove me more wrong.
Right. I want to be able to support things I enjoy.
Yeah.
You're not allowing me to do that.
Because this is just I know we've basically already said everything there is to say, but this is so much beyond anything I would have called, anything I would have expected.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, even if they just done the cease and desist, take the video down, I'd have been like, hey.
I get it. I don't
know.
like it, but I get it.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't like it. But yeah, this is just above me on. It's dumb. And it doesn't help their company.
Nope. So there was no way we could talk about anything else but that for the last thing of news.
Yes.
Anyway, let's throw it over to your corner. Let's try and bring some joy back.
I would like to say happy birthday to Tim Duncan. He's a basketball player for San Antonio Spurs.
Okay.
Actually, a great player and will probably be on my all-time team if put one together. I'm sure he's got something going on tonight, and he'll probably catch up this weekend or something, right?
Yeah.
Just, send Trey a tweet, Mr. Duncan.
For sure.
Get you
on here sometime.
Yeah. I was a big fan of the Spurs when he was playing for him. All right. So I got a story for you. Okay? I got a story for you tonight. And they set this up. It's serious. Citywide manhunt. A police chase down the main street.
Okay.
Social media sites filled with locals describing what they just witnessed, how their life was affected. These are telltale signs of a crisis, and such was the signs coming from a small city in Tennessee by the name of Harriman, Harriman.
Okay.
Okay. The emotion, all the crisis that caused this is a local man's pet emu escaped and prompted a slow-speed police chase to try to capture the giant bird. They had a lot of, can't fight or fly, but apparently can easily jump over a 7-foot-tall fence.
Right.
As a 5-foot bird. It has a much higher vertical than Tim Duncan. But people would call that it was in their yard, and officers would show up and be gone. And somebody else would call and say, hey, it's over here. It's other yard. And officers would go, be there. The name of the emu at the center of the commotion was Mimu. Memoo. Mimu, the emu. Yes. Software programmer Harry McKinney helped hatch Mimu 5 years ago when a local hatchery's incubator broke. He's been raising the emu on his 40-acre farm along sheep, turkeys, ducks, and other animals as a joy. He finds the Mimu, the emu, a joy when he stays in his enclosure. As I said, it was a 7-foot fence he called over. As most know, emus have a fight or flight reflex.
Right.
And he chose flight. As we can see. Nearby residents tried to help spot Mimu, but after initial efforts failed, McKinney turned to the social media for helping locate the tall bird.
Right.
The only thing we could do was put it on Facebook and just wait until somebody saw. And that did not disappoint.
Sure.
Communities coming together to help put down the animal uprising, right? Another guy, Steve McDaniel, he was planning on taking his dog for a car ride on Wednesday when he noticed a commotion in the normally quiet town. And I don't know what I would do if I saw this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree.
No, check it out. So he went to look out his window, and there's a line of cop cars driving by at like 3 miles an hour, just like creeping down the road. I would be nervous.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. The chase ended. The officers managed to corner Mimu near a local home, surrounded by hedges. McKinney was enlisted to end the pursuit, calling his pet emu back to safety. He said, I whistled and he realized Dad was there. I went up and gave him a big hug. I don't know why he would give him a heads-up display. Sorry.
Maybe he just wants him to be able to see really well.
Maybe so. At that. The entire search took 7 hours and stretched across 20 miles. No one was injured.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the residents kind of thought it was funny. Though some were slightly threatened, intimidated a little bit.
Sure.
When they're outside and a 5-foot-tall bird comes up to them. He said one person said he just held up his feathers and held its wings straight out and came at me like, I'm like, oh gosh, did I get mad or what? He said the emus, the owner spoke very affectionately about the emu, but he did agree that the emu could be intimidating.
Yeah.
So that at home, for us, it's like a dog, was his quote. He said, but if you've never seen one, it's like a T-Rex coming down the sidewalk at you. Yeah, they are building the enclosure higher.
Yeah.
They're building the higher walls. They're going much higher than 7 feet. Which apparently the thing just verticaled over, and that's scary enough as it is.
Yep.
If you see anything claws, they can get up to 7 feet. Yeah, no.
Dragoon jumped.
But he said that Mimu immediately returned to his nest to care for his eggs.
Oh, nice.
Mimu and his partner Mimi are caring for multiple eggs. So
that was good faith.
there'll be a new generation of emus antagonizing the police in Harriman soon. There
you go.
Yeah. Now this is a statement from a police officer. And no, excuse me, I got that wrong. I read the wrong one. This is a statement from one of the guys that had that posted of the 4 cops going by.
Okay.
That guy, yeah. He said in a statement, he said, we had a lot of stuff going on here in Tennessee, and he names up, some of the bad things that have been happening there. And he said it's been great for us as a community. Have a couple of days, and said everybody's kind of laughed about it.
Right.
Instead of just talking about bad news, I get to talk about how the emu led the police on a 7-hour slow police chase.
That's pretty great.
I thought that was a pretty good story.
Yeah.
Worth sharing.
I like that.
Yes.
All right. Let's talk about your assignment then.
All right.
Got up to some underhanded things, we might say, last time. Might also say under-homage thing.
Maybe.
But it seemed like it was an interesting time.
Yeah, I think Basement it's a nice little game. Obviously, there's nothing new about it.
Right.
There's nothing. It's not a new kind of gameplay.
Right.
Or anything. There's probably a dozen games. If you watch the playthrough, you can go, yeah, that reminds me of, I don't know, Fallout Shelter or something.
Right.
In the right way. But it was a pleasant game to play. It was one that I could see like taking a couple of hours, just sit and relax and see how things went.
Yeah.
It's kind of in the vein of, usually that was like Sim City.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you'd set it up and you get your city. Once you got your city to a certain point, it's like, all right, I'm not going to turn my system off tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going to let it run through the night,
The simulation
kind of that kind of feel. Like, yeah, let the simulation go. Kind of that kind of feel to it.
All right.
It wasn't a bad game.
Well, let's see what chat thinks you're going to do tonight. Or tomorrow night, I guess.
Yes.
Right. All right, you have 2 minutes, chat. As usual, please don't say the name of the games and just say 1, 2, or 3.
Okay.
Votes coming in.
Excellent.
Make this one a little. Chat. I said the votes. There's only one vote that's come in so far. So unless other votes come in, it wins by default.
It's the winner.
But you know, maybe it's not very helpful.
3, maybe. What kind of vote is that?
Oh, we'll figure it out. If it comes down to a tie, then the maybe will. Right now, we have a tie, but only 2 votes have been given. So, well, 3, I guess, counting the YouTube vote. So, well, 3, I guess, counting the YouTube vote. But no, tomorrow you'll be playing whatever game gets voted on here, and then Thursday we'll be talking Japanese mythology.
Yeah, I got some good stuff to talk about.
For that.
Yeah.
Friday I'll be painting Corsairs. Har fiddle-dee-dee.
Yes.
Monday will be into Moria.
Yes.
Okay. Then Tuesday we'll be back for the regular podcast. You got any plugs while we're here? I don't know if that helps. Well, I mean, I guess it does.
Make a choice. Bad Wolf, make a choice.
All right, so the Twitch chat did tie, so I'm going to take Waverly's 3 maybe as a 3 to push the vote over, and you will be playing Swine.
Swine.
Yeah.
Well, I will be sure not to wear my pearls.
I will send you that code in just a moment.
Okay.
You got any plugs, sir?
No, I just want to pretty sure everybody hang out with us.
Hmm.
Y'all are all awesome.
Yeah.
You want to have good things to say, make the podcast, worth it. And I just appreciate all of you a lot. Thank you.
Makes it fun. I don't really have any plugs either. I will plug again, old school MTG. Check the guy's channel out. He's deserved a little bit of support after everything. Yeah, just be good to each other, please.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I suppose we'll close it out then.
Excellent.
Until next time, I've been Trey.
I've been Rungren.
And we've been the Full Spectrum. And remember to always enjoy the full spectrum. Life.